Growing up, a lot of times games had cover systems. Now, whether they were good or bad, completely dependent on each game individually, but overall, it was an aspect and a feature that I really liked to the point that for a while, I think games that completely centered around this idea, around this idea and mechanic was probably my favorite subgenre. Cover-based shooters, like they were just fun, like they were engaging. Like don't get me wrong, I like boomer shooters, I like arcade shooters, I like arena shooters, all of that stuff. Every genre is good. But if I was gonna play a story-driven shooter, my preference was that it had a cover-based system, even if the story wasn't necessarily good. Like I made a list here just to name a few: the Gears of War franchise, the Uncharted franchise, one of the earlier ones, Kill Switch, my first one, Road Trooper, Army of Two, the game I'm playing in the background, 50 Cent Blood on the Sand, Fuse, which was an Insomniac made cover based shooter, Binary Domain, which was actually, I don't remember who made that, but it was nonetheless a good like AI robot story about whatever was going on in the future, but it was a cover based shooter. All the Mass Effect games, SOCOM 4 to be specific in that franchise, The Division, which I hope we get a third one pretty soon, Spec Ops: The Line, which just got delisted, and the newer Tomb Raider games. And with all of those games being listed, I can say that I've either played or have beaten all of them. In getting ready to do this video, like I had to look up like what people classified as cover-based shooters, whatever. But I saw a lot of disdain for this subgenre, and I just want to know like where did this come from? Like, is it just a case of everybody was doing it, so we just got tired of it, or what? But I want it back, honestly. Like the idea of being in cover and shooting is probably the most realistic outcome or realistic scenario that anybody could be in. And when the system was employed correctly, and when the difficulty, I played all of these games on the hardest difficulty. But when this mechanic was employed correctly and everything was scaled and balanced and hard, it was a great experience. Like having to prioritize like which type of enemy would kill you the fastest, so you'd have to take them out first. I would play the Gears of War games and have to restart encounters over and over if I didn't get that first man down. Like if it was like the guys with like the crossbows with like the explosive tips. If I didn't kill them first, I knew that the rest of the encounter was gonna be terrible. So from that perspective, I would say that it could borderline be a puzzle game. But even moving on from that, like Binary Domain had a feature where you could like shoot off the limbs of the robots and make some of them crawl. You shoot off the arms, make them drop their weapons. Like each of these games, Fuse had different weapons that had different effects. But when you like combine the effects and the features with other weapons, you could like engage in the combat in a specific way. Army of Two had the thing where you could pull off the door. Like there was just a lot of ways that they made finding cover and using it unique to the game and the experience. Going back to the difficulty, like it added a layer of worry and consciousness to like movement and just decision making overall. Like knowing that your head could be exploded by a sniper in Gears of War is what made like it made it like so engaging. Like the fragility of playing these games on hard made you really think like, oh, like I can't move here yet, or where's this one specific enemy type? Like he needs to show his face so I can take care of him. Or even if it's not even that deep, just a bunch of enemies shooting at you. Like knowing that if you pop your head up, the fact that it's six guys shooting at you, you'll be dead in like 2 seconds. Like these are the things that I think are missed in shooters now, which I don't know if that's necessarily true, but that's just how I feel. Um, I can't think what was the last like shooter that I played. Hmm, I don't know. But the whole like running and gunning thing, like I said earlier, I like boomer shooters. I like Doom. I like Dusk. I like Ion Fury. I like Quake, Turok, Wolfenstein. Like all of these are good games, but the survivability and survival in general is all dependent on moving fast and just like figuring out the best combos to take out certain enemies, and that's really cool. That's fun. It's very high octane, which I know a lot of people can appreciate, which is why like Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal were like such big deals. But personally, I prefer like the more methodical, like I'm gonna take out this set of guys and then I'm gonna move up, and I'm gonna take out this set of guys and then I'm gonna move up. Oh no, like they started putting guys behind me. I gotta move back, or I have to cover these two doors simultaneously. Oh, I didn't get the encounter right. Gotta start over. Cover shooters, they just like scratch that itch for me, and I don't know if anybody else feels the same way. But like I said earlier, like PS2, OG Xbox, uh, PS3 and 360 saw a lot of cover-based shooters. Some of them I'd play multiple times every year. Like the one I'm playing right now is like I guess it's like a pseudo cover-based shooter because the mechanics for it aren't necessarily the best. But with and that's an example of itself. Like when games didn't do the snap to cover thing the best, it really made for a mediocre at best experience. And you'll see like in the first half of this clip or the first half of this gameplay, I died, which was like stupid annoying because I just like I tried to jump in the cover, but I fell through the floor and whatever. But yeah, it's just these kinds of games, man. Like I would love to see them do like hmm I don't want to pick any universe where like the whole purpose of like playing in it is just to be like overpowered. But if they went back and did like another Ghost Recon and more of like a cover based tactical like sense, if they did another Army of Two but just like cleaned up the controls, I would love to see like a Halo game where you play as the Marines, not a Spartan or ODST. Um, I know Insomniac. Well, I'm not gonna say I know. I'm pretty sure Insomniac had a sequel for Fuse planned, but it got scrapped. Sony could use another shooter. Lord knows that they need them. I'm just looking at my shelf here trying to pick out anything else. I know Resident Evil even had one. Operation Raccoon City. Even though when I played it, I didn't really use the cover that much, even on the highest difficulty. But seeing them go back to that, that could be cool. And then that was the clip right there. See, I tried to jump in the cover and I just like flew through the floor. Yeah, man. Like I can't wait for the next Gears game because I'm pretty sure that that's the only thing that we'll be getting in this vein for a very long time. But yeah, like cover based shooters, man. I really wish more companies did them. I don't know why people don't like them. If you like them or don't like them in the comments, I would love to know why. Or if you have a favorite, I would love to know what that is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I I'd really just get on this channel to just like rant and talk about whatever I'm feeling that's game related. Who knows, next time it'll probably be something a little bit more engaging. But yeah, see you guys later. Peace.